Let me set the scene for you. You've just arrived in New York City and you're probably wondering, why is the local wildlife trying to mug me? Well, my squishy little tourist, it's because the entire city has been overrun by a bunch of freaking mutants! But don't worry, my little extra, I've just flown in. And I've decided to take it upon myself to grab a bunch of mutants and rank them from scale 1 to 10 how badly they'll violate us. Because let's face it, we're not lasting long with these steroid-built-up bears. Let's start with Snakeweed. He's one of the most terrifying things on Earth. A vegetable. You know, when you first see the guy, you're actually kind of intimidated. This guy is 12 feet tall with crab claws and snarls at everything in sight, like a rabid chihuahua. But here's something I realized. Crab claws is the only thing this man has going for him. Other than his height, he's slow as fuck, about as accurate as a blind duck, and burns even worse than most people you light on fire. Snakeweed gets a 5 out of 10. Worst case scenario, sick the vegans on him. Next we have Spider Bites. Miles Morales' obese molester cousin. Okay, but unlike bootleg Bulbasaur over there, this guy's an actual threat. This man's got knife spider legs on the top of his head, acid spit, anger issues, and surprisingly acrobatic for someone of his considerable girth. I'm not gonna lie, I might get shish kebabbed here. Yeah, but lucky for me, he's an idiot, so I can get away pretty easily. Maybe even fight back if I commit arson. So I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. The real thing I gotta look out for is the acid spit. If not, then my face is gonna look even worse than Shredder's. Hey guys, look, the Pizza Man is here. This is real. No, I'm not kidding. There is an actual Pizza Man in this series. This man's existence is stupid, and you know what? I kinda love him for that. This man can control minds by having people eat his pizza, create living pizza which work as his drones, he spews liquid cheese in order to stick you to the walls like a greasy post-it note, and he is a straight-up cannibal. Like, no joke, he eats people. Now, what would I do about him? Spray him with a hose. If he's pizza, then he'll melt when he gets soggy. Ew. And if push comes to shove, I'll just do what Mikey did and eat him. Yeah, this is a real thing. Mikey ate someone. You're every bit welcome for this. Anyways, Pizza Face gets a 6. And finally, the Rat King. I'm finishing off with him because he scares me. And for good reason. You see, the Rat King used to be a scientist obsessed with psychic powers, so he went as far as to mutate his lab assistant and turn him into a monkey in order to grab his brain juice, inject it into himself, and give himself psychic powers, which he then used on the turtles, and got his ass kicked. The turtles then exposed him for being an absolute psychopath, as you should, which led him to retreat into the sewers where he did experiments on some rats and mutagen, causing the mutagen to blast into his face, giving him the power to control rats. Okay, his powers don't sound intimidating until you realize he's in New York City where there's more rats than there are bricks in the walls! Seriously, at one point this man flooded the streets of New York City with rats, causing a tsunami of whatever the fuck disease rats carry. But you think it stops there? We're just getting started! With human experimentation, to be exact! Yeah, thanks to this guy, we're the lab rats now. He sometimes kidnaps humans to do freaky little experiments on them that normally creates freaky looking shit like this. And you thought Resident Evil was scary. Now, what would I do if he was going after me? Run! That's kind of all I can do in this case. Man's got a tsunami of rats backing him up! What am I even supposed to do? Man, I heard New York had rats, but this is ridiculous. This Dungeons & Dragons lich looking ass gets 8 out of 10. I don't give a damn. Anyway.